Today we are talking about fear as a creative.
I'll tell you what freedom is to me. No fear. I mean, really, no fear.
And makeup. I went shopping. Learning that it's okay to spoil yourself sometimes within reason. Okay, don't go spend all your money. So I decided I would just show you guys and talk about some of the things that I've been learning on my creative journey about self-doubt and fear, which I believe the two are very highly correlated. A very vulnerable topic, but if you know me, you know that this is the stuff that I love to talk about. I love unpacking things, figuring things out, being in tune with my emotional body and world. Because why not? It feels good. Especially when you're liberated from the things that really hurt or really keep you back in life. It feels good. Okay, so before we talk about vulnerable things, let's get into makeup first. So the first thing that I got from Ulta was the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I actually had to take a risk because this is in shade 6, tan and deep, but I actually don't know my shade. Silly as it is. Ooh, this is sticky, y'all. I could see how this could be dewy because it's very sticky. It's sticking to my hair and everything. Me picking this foundation color, the fact that I was taking a risk reminds me of this season of my life where it's just been about stepping outside of my comfort zone and really not being afraid to be a beginner. I feel like there's always a risk of failure in any industry that you go into. It might not always work out, but that's also life. And to fear that is to limit the self. My face, it feels sticky to touch, which is probably a good thing. That means it probably grips the makeup on, but it doesn't feel sticky on. It doesn't feel heavy. Before we continue this discussion, I got these lashes and I'm gonna put them on really quickly. The eyelashes are orange. Cannot really see because of my vein. The creative industries involve a lot of risk-taking, and I'm learning that I have to be very comfortable with taking risks and very comfortable with potential failure too. And I have to see that as leading me closer to success rather than seeing that as something that's negative, something that must be avoided. Another thing with creative careers and industries is like, it's almost taboo. Oh, I wasn't expecting it to have a little pull-out thing. It's almost taboo to be a beginner. We just celebrate recognition, we celebrate talent. As a society as a whole, we reward success, and we don't usually consider being a beginner a version of success, which I mean makes sense. It's kind of opposite. But there's beauty in being a beginner that I feel like is often overlooked and not really celebrated, especially most of all by ourselves for real. And I'm definitely guilty of this. Wanting to be a beginner, like you just want to have it all figured out. And that really ties into instant gratification and wanting the results now, not wanting to wait for the results. Another thing, like beginning this YouTube channel and starting social media videos, which I'm doing this for class. I'm posting these for my senior year of college, and I thought that maybe I would want to be a content creator, but honestly I don't love doing this. I don't love showing up for social media every day, and also it's like screaming into the void, especially when you're first starting. And I'm starting over too because I chose not to use my main socials, and I did that out of fear, partially because I didn't want to expose myself. There's much to expose, but I just didn't want to be this vulnerable in front of people that I know. I was like, why does that matter? I really shouldn't care because whatever, like who cares? But I definitely did, and a consequence of that is being a beginner, having to start from scratch and having to figure out how am I going to build an audience when I'm first posting, you know? And it's been hard. Like, I also feel like the quality of my videos has just not been there. It's because of finances, you know? When you're starting out your creative career, it's difficult. I'm recording on my iPad right now. Look at all of my windows in my house are like this. We don't have any blinds. We just have like rags on our windows and clothes and covers. It's just hard to get quality content a lot of the time, I think, when your resources are limited. But I'm learning to be creative, and I'm also learning not to be a perfectionist about the quality of everything so much, you know? Like I can just relax. I can just chill and just talk to the camera and just see what comes of it, and naturally I'll buy more things, I'll get more things, eventually I'll get something to cover my windows. Like I just got a new job, but these jobs, they be tripping, okay? Like this is with my school, so this is like a work-study job. So the government approved of this, and the government said yes, $10 an hour is acceptable for students. And I said, oh, I can't do $10 an hour. I love the opportunity, but $10 an hour is just not gonna get me anywhere. And they were like, okay, we'll advocate for you, we'll advocate for you. You know what the offer was when they came? $12 an hour. Like there's rent. There is rent. There is rent. Still living right now is actually insane, but I feel like the only way that I'm gonna come out of that is if I keep pushing through it, you know? Like, you can't just give up and be like, oh, well, the world sucks, so now I'm just gonna wallow in it. You have to work around it and figure out, okay, how can I make my resources work for me? I actually really like this foundation, y'all. It's very lightweight. It's very lightweight, which I don't even think it's a foundation. It's a Halo Glow liquid filter, so it really does what it says it was gonna do. I wish I did have a little bit more coverage when I'm doing a full beat, but for now, honey, this is gonna have to do, and it's gonna look cute too. I like it. I really do like it. Next thing I got was the Maybelline eraser in the shade 148, and I'm just gonna use this to try to conceal. Yeah, it's definitely got warmer colors, which I wanted, and it'll do a really good job concealing. Another thing is that society doesn't always help, especially on social media. Like, social media can be so toxic, and luckily I'm only dealing with lack of engagement, but I also think, like I said, it's a journey, it's a process. It can't always come out the gate winning or come out the gate with everything perfect, and I appreciate this chance to slowly learn myself and explore myself and feel comfortable showing up on camera. I was talking to a friend not too long ago about how you have to allow yourself to be prepared for the spaces that you're going to walk in. Like, you don't just automatically go from 0 to 100, you know? It's a gradual process. It's a natural progression, and I'm just learning to accept that instead of trying to fight that. Okay, next I'm going in with my mini bacon set by Morphe because I wanted the cheaper option. This was only $8. Let's talk about setting your face. Can't really see it on this camera because it's the iPad, but child, in that mirror, it becomes no pores. All makeup. Very cute. I really like that. Okay, the next thing I got was the NYX Professional Buttermilk Blush. So pigmented, y'all. Pretty. Like, my iPad quality is terrible, but you can already see what it's doing. Now I'm gonna go finish this makeup look and I will be back. Okay, so this is the final look. Ta-da! I don't think it's terrible, you know? I think the final looks pretty cute, honestly. This lighting does not do it justice. I really like the lip, but when I got closer, you could see how messed up it really was. Okay, so as every other musician does, I'm gonna plug my music as the last part of the video. I think this song really speaks to what I was talking about in the video. Yeah, just feeling conflicted of being a creative and wanting results and instant gratification. The song is like about being liberated from these things, like the limiting beliefs, the self-doubt, the forgetting to live in the present. That's what it's about. I got to stay prepared, cause this life shit get crazy. This life should stay unfair. Vision clear as ever, but I still stand up prepared. Talk to God, let him work his magic, cause I know he there.